Hello stock traders, I hope all of you had a fantastic week. In today's video, I am going to give you a new top 7 stocks to give you an edge. These are some stocks that should help you to be successful in the stock market in the coming weeks. Month to date, personally, I am at a 1.33% gain. I have definitely been clawing for every single dollar that I can get a hold of on the stock market. It has been interesting and a whipsaw of a market for sure. Year to date, personally, I am at a 153.82% gain and shooting for 300% gains. Hopefully all of you are having a fantastic year so far. If not, I hope that this list can help you to get there. But before we get started, if you could do me a favor, please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you like the content of this channel, consider subscribing and turning on those bell notifications so you get notified when one of these videos comes out. We also have some links down below. We have a link to Webull, which is fantastic for trading. I use it each and every day, but if you want some free stocks, click on that link down below. That'll get you some free stocks. And if you are looking for some free cryptos, I also have a link to BlockFi. I love earning interest on my cryptocurrencies, and I have a lot of Ethereum, and so I just hold it there and earn interest and let that interest compound as it buys more and more interest and just goes up each and every day. Anyway, if you are looking for that, please click on that link down below. Use that link and you will get $10 of Bitcoin. Also have our Patreon group, which is a group of investors that are really trying to help one another. If you are going it alone and or you want to be a part of a group, please check it out. We're a strong group. We have lots of great ideas each and every day. There's a level that's available for you. I would love to see you there. Okay. I always start off these videos by recapping the last week, and I'm going to recap my insider swing play. So these are all stocks that were part of the insider swing play in our Discord last week. I think it's so important that you track your trades, and you track your trades by your strategy, and you must have a strategy behind everything that you get. Don't just buy it because you think it's going to go up, but you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan for how long you're going to hold it, what you're going to do if the stock turns against you, what are you going to do if there's a negative news event, all those kind of things that you need to plan for before even considering a position. Okay, so here we go. We start with IEA, sold for a 3.24% gain. CADL, sold for a 4.69% gain. CRCT, sold for a 2.22% loss. ULBI, sold for a 1.69% gain. CFX, sold for a 1.02% gain. MBIO, sold for a 1.03% gain. AON, sold for a 1.68% gain. DD, sold for a 1.64% gain. OMF, sold for a 0.44% loss. HLF, sold for a 0.27% gain. IHRT, sold for a 0.89% gain. ERAS, sold for a 6.03% loss. So that was 9 out of 12, a 75% win rate, which is above normal. Typically, over the last 5 years, I've had a 70% win rate with an average gain per pick of 3%. This week's average was 0.62% average gain, so it was much smaller. It was definitely a tough week where we had to claw for our gains, as I mentioned earlier. All right, that being said, let's take a look at the market and see kind of what's going on as far as the Elliott wave is concerned. I believe this is so important. In my trading, I'm always paying attention to the overall market conditions. I like to track the SPY because it is the top 500 companies in the United States stock markets, and so it helps me to keep track with what is going on. And as you can see here, I am tracking the Elliott wave. We had wave 1 right here, we had wave 2 going down, and we have wave 3, and now this is qualified as a wave 3. So what do I mean by that? Well, wave 3 must be the longest wave within the Elliott wave, and we have had a positive movement on this particular wave. And it has moved up to all-time highs of 445.94. But now that it's the longest, we need to be careful. We need to be careful and watch the market for it to roll over, and we can go into wave 4. Now, typically when we have wave 4, it comes all the way down to at least half of wave 2. So that would be us coming down all the way to 428, or maybe even further. Now, if it dips below wave 2, then we are not in an Elliott wave at all that's bullish. We are in a 5-wave bearish, and so this would be a major correction. If we pass that level and get below the bottom of wave 2, this could go all the way down to 411 and maybe as low as 400, because there are 2 open gaps there within the market. Okay, so it is time now to be a little bit cautious, looking for that wave 4. There's not a lot of upside, in my opinion, to the SPY and the overall market, so you need to keep that in mind. Now, you also need to keep in mind is there are still great opportunities in the stock market. Even though it's harder to make money when the market is correcting, you can, but it's got to be a very strong insider. It has to be your highest conviction plays. And so all these plays I'm going to be talking about in the top 7, these are all very high conviction plays of mine. I am keeping in mind, of course, of the overall market. I don't want you to get in these and have trouble. I don't want to lose money myself, and so a lot of the times when I will exit a position, I will hold cash. I will go into my bearish transactions. The thing I'm looking for is if this turns red. If this turns red and we see a MACD negative cross here, then that is bad for the market. Also, you can see here on the RSI, we are very close to getting to 70, and you can see it gets rejected at 70 all the time. That is a normal thing that happens. And so you can kind of see that happen here, come all the way back on wave 2, even though wave 2 was really quick. I'm expecting wave 4 to be more shallow and to be longer, and so that is one thing to consider and kind of look at. We are really close. There's not much upside here, something to pay attention to. Okay, so let's take a look at the Russell, because the Russell is in a completely different situation, and the Russell has more stocks in it. This is more of a view of the overall stock market. Okay, so in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I'm not a financial advisor, but we are in wave 1 of the Russell. And we could see a wave 2 of selling come on here, or I could be completely wrong and this could be a new wave and that this is actually a bearish wave of the Russell. And so there needs to be lots of caution right now. Things that I'm looking for to see is if we roll over here and see a negative cross on the MACD down here, and also with the ongoing momentum downward, just something to kind of keep in mind. Let's take a look at the VIX and see how things are going on the VIX. One thing that is going on, this has actually come down again. That's actually very bullish for the stock market that this has come down, but we could be getting close to some of those things. Just something to kind of keep in mind and watch each and every day and have some caution. I'm not calling a top to the market by any means. I'm just saying it's now time to pay attention to these levels, because we are about to move into a new season, and it's important to understand how the market moves so that you can make money off of those moves, and you can be out of the market when the market's dumping and be in the market when it's pumping. Okay, so here we go. Number 7 is VRCA. So VRCA is one that I like. This has been on the list for a very long time. This is a PDUFA run up, and my average in it is $13.63. Since calling this out, it is down 21.20%. My target remains $20 on the stock. I think Verica Pharma is one that can really move. So they had their PDUFA date delayed all the way till September 23rd. And in those types of situations, a lot of times you'll see a surprise approval. And so since this has happened, the other thing that I like about this is there's been multiple insider buys in the last 6 months on this stock. And so that gives me confidence knowing that this stock, at least the officers feel that it's a good deal and that it's undervalued. Okay. Number 6, this one is brand new to the list, and this is replacing SESN. I found an exit point for SESN over the last couple of days as a PDUFA run-up. Hopefully all of you made money on that stock. It was pretty good. It definitely had its ups and downs, but it did get a CRL today in after hours, and so it really dumped. So hopefully you were able to get out of that early and made money on it and didn't hold it too long and exited as part of the PDUFA run-up strategy. So this is Therapeutics, and they have a PDUFA date of August 23rd. So this is coming up. My personal target for this stock is $25 a share. That's what I feel the company is worth. My average in it is $13.98 since calling this out. It is down 0.93%. So if you are watching on YouTube and you are not a member of our Discord, you are not missing much so far, not being in it yet. So this is a great one to enter. This is for chronic kidney disease, and so that affects so many different Americans. So this is a huge approval, and it's a PDUFA priority review, and I'm expecting this thing to really run, especially from this MACD cross that we've had here. It got really beat down for no apparent reason other than I don't even know, but I sure will take it. And now I think this is going to run really nicely all the way up to its PDUFA date. I will sell before the PDUFA date. This is a run-up strategy. It is not a hold and hope for FDA approval strategy. But anyway, I think the Cara Therapeutics presents a really good opportunity for us to make some really good money on this one. Should be really good. Okay, number 5 is brand new to list also. And this is a little bit of a different pick. Now, this is replacing Bitfarm, BITF. Today, during the market day, I decided to sell Bitfarm. I know I had a $20 price target on it. I know it was a long-term pick of mine, and there'll be some people that might even be upset at me that I sold that. But I had an 80% gain on it, so that was number 1. The other thing is they're doing an offering, and I hate offerings. I don't like it when companies dilute shares and dilute the value of shareholders. And so in my opinion, when I see that, most of the time I am out. I will wait for lower prices and try to get in again. I do think Bitfarm is a great long-term pick, and I plan on picking it up again. I just think it's going to dip with that announcement of an offering. All right, PKW is part of our golden strategy, and this is my personal golden strategy that I have worked out with a 90% win rate. And the golden strategy is amazing, but this is the Invesco Buyback Achiever ETF. An ETF, I don't choose ETFs too often. My personal target for this is $120. My average in it is $90.06. Since calling this out in our Discord, it is up 4.49%. I really like this one because it's a monthly dividend payer. And so this is a great one to hold. It's super safe, and buybacks are being approved in record numbers right now. Boards are approving buybacks like crazy, and so I think that this is going to do great over the next year, and so I like this one. PKW should be a really great pick for you also, in that it's really safe, got a monthly dividend, and the price tends to go up anywhere between 20 and 40% a year. So that is a very good investment in my opinion. Okay, so let's go to number 4. Number 4 has been on the list for a while. This is Baker Hughes, ticker symbol BKR. This is a buyback strategy in that the board has approved a $2 billion buyback program, and they are buying up shares, and the approval happened right after earnings. So you can see this just slowly moving upwards. It's just kind of grinding up. There's a lot of buying pressure on the stock because $2 billion worth is being bought slowly over time by the board, buying back those shares. My target for this stock is $30 a share. My average in it is $21.05 since calling this out on this channel. It is up 2.90%, so it is moving upwards. Nothing crazy, but it's moving upwards, and this is just kind of a slow grind, really safe stock. All right, number 3 continues to be Neo Games. I believe in this stock, and this is NGMS. My target for this stock is $63 a share. I am a long-term holder on this. This is part of my golden strategy, but over the last couple of days, it has gotten hammered, which is not good. But we now have this gap upwards, and so I'm expecting it to gap back upwards. It's really not that bad. My average in it is $53.04. Since calling this out, it is down 14.20%. So if you're watching on YouTube, you really haven't missed anything with number 3, but I believe in the stock. I think it's going to move upwards. And this has gone from 57 institutional owners to 140 in the last 30 days, and so that have reported ownership of Neo Games. And so I think that this is going to move up. It's going to take some time, but I'm expecting a nice move on this one. All right, number 2 is another video game company. This is Activision, ticker symbol ATVI. This is an insider swing play. This has had some big insider purchases in the last week. My personal target for the stock is $105. That's where I think it's going to get to. That's actually rather short-term pick. I think in the next couple of months, it's going to hit $105. My average in it is $81.99. Since calling this out, it is only up 2.27%. So you really haven't missed a lot. And I think there's lots of upside here, and this can move way, way, way up here and be a really great investment for all of us. All right, my number 1 pick is still Vox International, ticker symbol VOXX. I have extremely high confidence in this stock. This is an insider swing play. My personal target for this stock is $16 a share. That's where I think it's going to get to. My average in it is $11.05. Since calling this out, it is up 5.61%. And there has been more and more insider buys on this. Just about every morning, there's been some more insider activity. This is making this really great. And I can see this happening, if it happens like it did last year, happening for months and months and months. This is a low volume stock. So for today, for example, there were 7,000 shares bought by Collie Holding in the morning. And you know, this thing, it didn't have very much volume today. Really, really low volume is the only reason it's been kind of dipping the last couple of days. But I don't understand why more investors don't pay attention to insider activity. I have made hundreds of % each and every year off of insider activity. So I just don't get it. But, you know, hey, this is what I do, and this is my number 1 conviction play. I feel very strongly that this is going to continue moving upwards. If you want my opinion on a particular stock, feel free to reach out to me in the comment section down below. I will get to it when I can. Just please understand that I am not a financial advisor, but if you are looking for my opinion, I'm more than happy to offer my opinion on any kind of stock or anything that you're looking for. You may not be happy with what I say. Sometimes you will be, sometimes you won't, but I will do my best to give you my honest opinion, and it's just my opinion. I wish all of you the best on the stock market this next week. Let's have a fantastic week, and Raythoven out.